and this sort of thing. Then all of a sudden we watched as one of the apartments then catches fire. And they turned off gas to the building because they were worried about an explosion, and we saw the smoke getting darker and darker. Then all of a sudden we watched somebody come out, lay on the ground. The person crawls out of this burning building, handcuffed. We saw that person taken into custody, and the man who was wounded, where the whole thing started, apparently was the victim of an accidental discharge inside the apartment. He was taken to the hospital, is expected to be okay, but the apparent shooter of the accidental discharge, that guy is in custody.
So it ended up okay. And Jennifer was covering this in real time as we were talking in the morning. One of the big advantages of morning drive is certainly not the time we wake up, but an enormous amount of news breaks during our show, more so than any other day part. That's because the East Coast is just starting their world, and it's just this is why a lot of people listen to the show, because we're not worse than everybody else. All right, you're going to get into this in detail at 7:30, but the headline is that Secret Service had some text messages from January 5th and 6th erased, and that the erasure happened after the Inspector General's office of the Department of Homeland Security asked for them. Although, notice the way I said it, I am not imputing anybody's motive, and the Secret Service has responded to this discovery by saying, oh yes, those texts were definitely deleted, but it was part of a routine device replacement program. Yeah, it could be innocent, we don't know, where there is no ulterior motive, although January 5th, January 6th immediately questions that. And then there's some history here, too. Really interesting history about the Secret Service and what they've allowed out. And fascinating stuff. And it's a handle history little segment. I'll cover that coming up at 7:30 after Dr. Jim.
Yesterday we all learned that Ivana Trump, the first wife of former President Donald Trump, died. She was 73 years old. But they're looking into her death only because she was found unconscious near a staircase at her house. And they're not saying that there were any signs of foul play or anything like that. But anytime that there's still a little bit of a question, they will look into it. But other than possibly, it could have just been a coincidence. It could have been that she was at the bottom of the stairs. There's nothing
had a heart attack.
Down. Absolutely.
And we don't know. I mean, if she fell down the stairs and was killed as a result of that and died as a result of that, there's going to be some trauma to her body. Yeah. Clearly, in the autopsy will show. But no foul play, and
they're just going to try and determine why and how she died.
And their divorce was really contentious, but they became friends a few years later and stayed friends for a very long time. Well, until she died. Let's take a break. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
WNBA star Brittany Griner's trial on drug charges in Russia is now adjourned for 11 days. The Phoenix Mercury Center defense team asked Moscow court for more time to prepare. President Trump says he has already made a decision on making another run in 2024. In an interview with New York Magazine, Trump said, well, in my own mind, I already made that decision, so nothing factors in anymore. And a U.S. Army brigade in Germany is confined to its base during the evenings, and it's temporarily banned from drinking alcohol. After 5 soldiers got out of hand during the 4th of July weekend, they were charged with driving scooters under the influence in Nuremberg. From the Driveway.com Weather Center, we've got a sunny, warm day ahead. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at the beaches to right at 100 inland. This report is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 5.
Yeah, an Elysian Park 5 freeway southbound run to 110. It's a crash here involving a tanker truck over along the right side of the freeway. That's got you backed up almost to the 2 now. The northbound side of the 5, not seeing really any ill effects in that area, but you are slow out of the Santa Springs area, off and on from the 605 to the East LA interchange. Seeing a bit of a slowdown on the 210 freeway as well. Westbound side of Buena Vista, stalled car being reported in the right lane, so watch out for some sudden slowing there. And in Norwalk on the 605 freeway southbound at the 105, strong car cleared from the carpool lane. Still a bit far off and on from about Whittier Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps with the software on Robert Quebec.
Enjoy deep freeze savings on ice cream at Whole Foods Market. Take 25% off ice cream and frozen treats through July 19th while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. See more on the Whole Foods Market app. This report is sponsored by the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. Attention I-10 freeway drivers. Freeway and ramp closures are coming up for the I-10 Express Lanes project. Don't get stuck. For for details, visit GoFBCPA.com. That's GoFBCPA.com for more information on the I-10 Express Lanes project. Summer is on. It's the perfect time to get together with friends and family to share their food and laugh. That's why we're giving away the perfect summer kit. Enter our summer sweepstakes for your chance to win the grand prize. $1,000 in Stater Brothers gift cards, a flat top grill, and an outdoor theater. Valued at over $3,000. Enter at StaterBros.com/summer. Good luck. Stater Brothers, fresh, affordable, community free.
Accidents happen. Maybe you, maybe a friend. If you're involved in a car accident, don't go it alone. And don't expect the insurance company to be fair. They're protecting their profits and their stockholders. You need a lawyer. You need a good one. You need my friend, Sweet James, the Brent Spirit of Justice, and his team of accident attorneys. Here's an example of how Sweet James helped a real-life client after a car accident changed her life. She was in desperate need of medical care and could no longer work. Her insurance company was ignoring her calls. So she called Sweet James accident attorneys, and they were able to get her the medical care she needed without her paying a dime out of her pocket. Then they went to work and were able to get her $1.9 million in a settlement. Car accidents, motorcycle accidents, slip and fall. Call Sweet James accident attorneys at 800-500-5200. He will protect you. Put the number on his cell. 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com.
Saving money feels pretty good. Allstate. Better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today. What do you kiddo? Ready to catch that movie?
Almost. Wally, cone, cheese, math. Yep, all set.
Math? That's not required, is it?
No, but it's going to be busy and crowded, so I'll feel better with it on.
Deep right? It is open at night. Let me grab mine.
Nice! You have the vibe check, Dad!
Wearing a mask when it can help protect you and others is just one way to keep each other safer. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Well, the weather's warming up and the days are getting longer, so it's time to ditch that extra baggage. Did you know that donating your old car or damaged car to Cars for Kids can take about 2 minutes? Fill out the easy forms at carsforkids.org or call them 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Cars for Kids will arrange for you to receive a tax deduction and a vacation voucher, so you'll be all set. Avoid the hassle of selling the car yourself. Just go to carsforkids.org today. And remember, that's Cars with a K.
Enjoy deep freeze savings on ice cream at Whole Foods Market. Take 25% off ice cream and frozen treats through July 19th while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Do you believe you were hypocritical to go to this state because you have declared it an outlaw state because of their policies? Mr. Newsom, we caught him living the hypocritical life frequently.
Hypocrisy is his middle name, Gavin H. Newsom.
He's one of these spoiled rich kids thinking that they're entitled and they don't have to follow the rules that all the unwashed, dirty peasants have to follow.
John and Ken, weekdays at 2 on KFI.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel here, and the morning crew on a Friday morning, July 15. More Handel on the news with Jennifer and Wayne and me. And the trial for Brittany Griner in Russia has been adjourned for 11 days. The defense team asking for more time to prepare. And it looks like, I gotta say, it looks like they're doing a good job on her behalf. They have actually come up with a lot of evidence to try to mitigate her punishment. A bunch of character reference letters, also medical records showing that she has a history of injuries and suffers from chronic pain. They've also supplied a document from the Department of Health in Arizona giving her permission to use cannabis for medical purposes. they really seem to be doing what you would expect a defense team to do for somebody here in this country on her behalf. Now, I don't, because all that would seem to be left is what her sentence shall be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why
They call it a trial.
keep dragging it out this long. And also, I mean, it's not so much a trial anymore.
Right.
And she pled guilty, so now it's a sentencing case. But in any event, 11 days for them to, I guess, get even more information on her behalf together.
Yeah.
Maybe this does end with her walking out with time served.
It looks like the Russian authorities are giving her a far bigger break than other people in the same circumstance. In terms of the defense, did you see a view of her defense attorney, a snapshot of her defense attorney?
No, I haven't.
It looks like a uniform. It looks
yeah.
like she's wearing a uniform.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's a fairly young woman who is her defense attorney. And so the authorities are letting her put up a very good mitigation defense.
I want to know when this next story came out about LA County DA George Gascon, because yesterday we found out that LA County election officials have started the process of verifying those signatures, and apparently, they needed 716,000 signatures that were collected, 560,000 need to be verified. I was listening to John and Ken last night, and they said apparently when they took like a 5% sample of this, that based on the samples that they took of the people who wanted to recall, that a bunch of the signatures were not valid. So now they're going to have to go back through and validate these 716,000 signatures.
They have to anyway. They validate every single one.
But I guess based on the fact that they did this random survey and that 5% of them, they went, we might not have the numbers here. Now, having said that, DA Gascon yesterday announced that he's going to ask the state Supreme Court, or he's going to challenge it on an appellate ruling that blocked this directive that he had issued that prevents prosecutors from alleging prior strike allegations. And he says that the court is effectively taking the charging decision out of the prosecutor's hands. This is controversial in and of itself within his department. And so I was just curious as to, did he get gutsy and make this announcement after he found that, hey, look, it looks like there's a very good chance I'm going to be sticking around here for a while, so I don't have to worry about it. And I can do, challenge whatever I want.
No, I don't think so. I think
it's the opposite.
Yeah, he's just
He would like to be able, and he's not going to get it, he would like to be able, if there's a recall, to have the fact that the courts found that his order was illegal. He would like that off the table. So if he appeals it and he wins, which he won't, but if he were to win, then they can't say, these courts found that what you did was illegal.
Yeah, it
would remove one attack against him.
And he's going to lose that, as Wayne has said, because it's the law that 3 strikes you're out has to be applied. And what he's saying is, it takes away my discretion. Well, you know what? It's the law that he has to run every 4 years. Well, that takes away my discretion to be the DA for the rest of my life. That's the argument, effectively, what he's making. I'll tell you where he's really going to have problem with law is his attempt to disband the prosecutor's office 100% and make it a defense office. There'll be 2 departments of defense.
I really did think that I could not have less respect and more contempt for him, but I will say, as to that point, I was wrong about it. And wait, he's not done. He also is disbanding the victim advocates and prosecutors group in his office, whose job is to notify victims and their family members about parole hearings for the criminals who hurt them, or if it's the family members, I'm assuming, killed their family members. It's called the Lifer Unit. And he's getting rid of it by the end of the year. And these are his reasons, okay? It can be triggering to victims to be notified. Okay, that's easily solved. If you're a victim or a family member of a victim and you don't want to be notified, then you tell them, and they have a little opt-out system. That's easy. That it bogs down resources. Okay. And that it's ultimately the responsibility of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So it's a pass the buck. It's too sensitive for victims to be told that there's an opportunity for them to have a say-so, or at least give input into these parole decisions. That's too sensitive for them. Their feelings will get hurt, and we don't have any resources to do it, despite the fact that this unit has existed forever and ever.
But this is small potatoes, because look at his move to disband the concept of victims. There is no such thing as a victim in a crime anymore. Just ask him.
I'd like to raise my hand and ask a question. Or to make an observation here. I almost find the word triggering to be disgusting for him to decide what a victim is triggered by. Does he not think that a victim could ultimately be triggered by all of a sudden knowing that the person who killed their family member is suddenly out on the street, and that wouldn't be triggering? That they had to find it out through the media or other sources? That it would be more triggering to let them know, hey, the guy who killed your family member, who changed your life forever, that guy's going to be out on the street?
The reality is he
Disgusting
is more interested in the guy who's going to be out on the street than the victims. There's no question about that. And as all kidding aside, that's where he's coming from. And he's a prosecutor and thinks that way. I mean, that is just completely crazy. I truly believe
that's how you bring down the system from the inside.
Yeah. And I think
that's what these so-called progressive prosecutors are really up to.
I believe that he's in violation of the canon of ethics of the law.
Okay, explain that.
Okay. Under the canon of ethics, lawyers, they have to zealously represent their clients. That's the word that's used, zealously. Tell me he is zealously representing the people of the state of California, which is his job. His clients are the people of the state.
Ooh, file a complaint.
You know what? It would be a great complaint.
Dude, you need to file an ethics complaint against Gascon.
That is a great idea.
Because it's the right thing to do. The fact that also you're a prominent media figure and it will generate a lot of attention, that's not, honestly, to me, that just comes with it.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, because I didn't think of it. If I had thought of it first,
I would have taken the credit anyway.
But you're the one who brought it up, so you should have the glory of following through on this observation that you just made.
Wow. If this were television,
what are you waiting for?
If this were television,
it's the rest of the show for you. Go start writing it up right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Never mind. Let's just take a break. That is a very good idea. I think
you should seriously consider.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, no question.
If you don't, here I'm going to try to force you. If you don't do it, it means you were just full of crap in what you said.
Which is a
don't
given.
Really believe it.
But I'm still going to do it. All right. Jennifer, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
LA County Health Director Barbara Ferrer says the county has been moved to the CDC's high-risk COVID-19 transmission level. Ferrer says the CDC uses 3 metrics to determine the county's level.
The first metric is our 7-day case rate, which is currently at 370 cases per week per 100,000 people.
The second metric is the number of patients in a hospital with the virus, and the third metric is the staff-to-patient ratio. Ferrer says if the numbers don't improve in the next couple of weeks, mandatory indoor mask rules will return. The Rose Parade will feature a $500,000 float designed entirely by children. Building Industry Association of Southern California CEO Jeff Montagano says that this is a first for the parade.
The theme for the Turn of the Rose is turning the corner. And so we want to really take that theme to the next level of what are we going to do to build responsibly over the next 100 years.
Montagano said kids are the best in position to brainstorm what future homes could look like. About 20 junior builders from Costa Mesa will reveal the next month. The Port of Los Angeles will offer free public boat tours of the LA Harbor starting July 30th. No reservations are required and tours will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. Tours will depart every half hour between 10:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. from the LA Maritime Museum in San Pedro. The free tours were suspended for 2 years because of the pandemic. Sri Lanka's parliament speaker says the president has resigned. The speaker says it was effective as of yesterday. He says the parliament will convene tomorrow to start the process of electing a new president. He says he expects to complete the process within a week. The former president fled the country Wednesday during protests for him to resign during an economic crisis. And a toy company is letting you doll yourself up, so to speak.
Hasbro will now 3D print custom heads for customers' dolls. The toy company announced you'll soon be able to scan your face on the Hasbro app and receive unique 3D printed dolls with your own likeness. So far, the options for doll bodies are limited to Star Wars figures, a few Marvel characters, 2 Ghostbusters, and 2 Power Ranger figures. The process costs about $60, and Hasbro will be opening sign-ups this fall for anyone interested. Mark Bronner, KFI News.
I would like a Wayne Resnick doll, but if I can't have that this morning, Sports with Wayne is now.
Baby, you can. Let's talk after this show.
Okay.
With the Dodgers already up 2-0 over the St. Louis Cardinals, Gavin Lux added a buffer in the 7th.
Swung on and driven to right field and deep. This ball headed back to the wall. It is gone into the Cardinal bullpen. A 2-out, 2-run home run for Gavin Lux.
Final score, LA 4, St. Louis. The Angels closed out their series with the Houston Astros by logging a 3-2 loss. And now it's a three-way series between the Dodgers and Angels. Starting today at 6:38 at Angel Stadium, Clayton Kershaw will start for the Dodgers. The Halos are going with Cactus Sandoval. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a hot weekend ahead if you're inland. The outdoor temperatures will be right around 100. At the beaches, though, pretty mild, just in the mid-70s. We'll make it into the low to mid-80s for Orange County and Metro LA. That will be in the 90s to right around 100 for the whole weekend. Looks like we should be back into the upper 90s inland by Monday. Let's get a look at your drive. DKFI in the sky. Jeff Law, good morning to you. Happy Friday. What's up on the 405?
There you go. Staying right back at you, Ken, and everybody else. And good morning to you. Yes, indeed. Coming across the San Fernando Valley here, South 405 is okay. Really, nothing for you to worry about. That's that old marine layer walking most of the face until you'll see it when you get up to the top of the hill. Now, we came across the 101 and the 134 right by the KFI studios. And everything is looking good, but I'm trying to buy a little time here. There's quite a problem that's causing delays. South 5 coming up on the 110. I'm looking here. The transition is open. Well, I'll have to follow up on this and try to figure out what it is. Here's the bottom line. The South 5 is really stop and stop again from Glendale Boulevard. If you're still in the San Fernando Valley, North Hollywood, Burbank, headed to the East LA interchange, we're downtown. Right now, the South 101 is wide open all the way down. Again, more coming up on this. I'll figure it out for you. Jeff Bogg, KFI in the sky.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 38,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Contractor watch this 1047-781.
Air conditioners in a hot climate only last about 11 years, and no one ever has the money set aside for a new one. That's a problem. Finances kick the sting out of buying a new AC. Got us a great financing plan, Kenny? The best. How about that 11-year problem? Picture Perfect installation makes ACs last longer. The right way, not the easy way. Bingo. Best air conditioner. Perfect installation. Easy finance. GOE, TTF. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to fail. Financing is provided by a third party who don't qualify finance.
From now until the end of July, stop in your local grocery outlet to participate in their annual Independence from Hunger Drive. Take part in their Give 5, Get 5 program. When you donate $5 in cash or donation bag, you'll get a $5 coupon. Baseball's rising stars and your favorite celebs team up for MLB's All-Star Saturday in LA. It's all going down at Dodger Stadium on July 16th. First, big-time prospects show out in the Sirius XM All-Star Futures game. Then, A-listers hit the field for a fun-filled showdown in the MGM Rewards All-Star Celebrity Softball game. All capped by a live performance from Becky G. For tickets, go to allstargames.com.
You might be working with someone to manage your wealth, but is the relationship working for you? Join Edelman Financial Engines on Tuesday, July 19th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern for our brand new virtual event, Why Choosing the Right Wealth Planner Matters, presented by best-selling author Gene Shatsky. You can register now at planefe.com. You'll see why all financial planners are not created equal. Jean will show you why having the right partner can have a big impact on your financial future, and how to know if your advisor is looking out for your best interests. Don't miss this important virtual event. Join us for Why Choosing the Right Wealth Planner Matters with Jean Chatzky on Tuesday, July 19th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. There's no cost to attend and no obligation. Register now at planefe.com. That's planefe.com. Edelman Financial Engine. From here forward.
I'm coming.
Hey, you ready for the beach?
Yep, I got my flip-flops, sunglasses, and sunscreen, but I'm even more ready for all the snacks. Did you fill up the cooler?
No, not yet. I was planning on stopping at Stater Brothers. You grab the drinks, and I'll get the sandwiches and fresh cut fruit.
Okay, and let's not forget the ice this time.
Stay cool this summer with Stater Brothers Market.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. You know those windows you and I both know need replacing? No matter how much you need them, it's not going to happen if you can't afford it. That's why you call Gene and Karen at Window World. Window World specializes in windows perfectly positioned at that intersection of quality, beauty, ease of install, and yes, affordability. Window World makes beautiful new windows affordable. To learn more, dial 877-75-WORLD, 877-75-WORLD, or go to windowworldsocal.com.
This is Jacob Emrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
KFI AM 640. The news. What it means. Why it matters.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel here. It is Friday morning, July the 15th. We continue with Handel on the news, Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne, and me.
This is a crazy bust that the DEA made. So apparently this is worth $15 to $20 million from what I understand. This bust that they had. One house. I think that's the part that surprises me the most. One house that they say in Inglewood, they did a bust. They found fake pharmaceutical pills laced with fentanyl. They say that this was, I guess they took this place down on July 5th, and according to the people who took it down at the DEA, they say that this house, the street value was $15 to $20 million with the drugs that they had inside. And I thought this was interesting. This is Bill Bodner from the DEA.
Our laboratory scientists tell us that 40% of the pills like this that we seize contain 2 milligrams or more of fentanyl. And that's enough to cause adverse health consequences, including overdose and in some cases death.
And he's saying that taking these drugs off the street actually made a big dent in LA because it was such a big bust. And it all came out of the Sinaloa cartel from Mexico.
Yeah, a couple of points I want to make. First of all, we're going to do a story on this. Steve Gregory has covered this story, and that's coming up at 8 o'clock. Second of all, I always question the value of drugs that are given by the authorities. You know, marijuana, $25 million worth of marijuana was picked up. Yeah, that's per joint. Is the way they figure it. You're going to go out and buy a kilo. How many joints is that? And then they do the same thing with this fentanyl. It's per pill is what the value is. That's not to say 1 million pills isn't a lot of money, but or a lot of pills. But I've always questioned the amount.
Well, they always go with street level. It's like the rack rate in hotels.
Yes.
It's sort of like the highest prevailing price in your area at retail.
Well, same thing, up to 30 years, up to 150 years in prison. And then whenever I question it, he's not going to do that much time because, you've been doing, you were in the justice system for how many years?
28.
Yeah, okay, so you've got some cred.
He's got some cred.
Yeah.
I know you can trust him.
Right.
You know, though, too, I have no knowledge of, the street value of pills and stuff, but I think when I saw $15 to $20 million, and that was 1 million pills that could have killed, 40% of those pills could have killed people, it blows me away how little it costs to be faked into killing yourself. You think you're buying whatever pill, it costs you whatever, $20? and you just bought a pill that kills you for $20.
Yeah, you don't know that. That's the whole point.
That's the thing. That's what I'm
you
saying.
Don't, you don't know, and you're willing to take a chance.
$20.
All of it. Yeah.
You could have killed yourself.
Oh, so right near a homeless encampment in San Jose, police found a bunker with wood panels on the side and a couch in there and a mattress in there, and also lots and lots and lots of stolen property, power tools, hand tools, construction materials, $100,000 worth of stolen goods, which has been returned to their rightful owners, including, by the way, several stolen guns.
Yeah. Mainly power tools. So this story should have come out of Milwaukee. But
I have a friend who is a carpenter, and he's so terrified of getting his tools stolen out of his thing. He's buying a Subaru Outback